Good afternoon, man, Lipshins. It is that time of the week once again. It's time for your Evetech Buyers Guide. We are going to be doing a traditional top 10. If you missed last week's one, it's basically how to budget for a gaming PC. Obviously, without expanding too much into peripherals, that comes down largely to choice. And hopefully, some of the information that I give you in here about what's hot and what's, well, actually pretty damn good on the Evetech store. And that's exactly where we're going to start off things today. We are going to be starting off with the winter specials, which are still active. Not much has changed. There are a couple of really tasty additions, which are actually going to be making it into the top 10. But similarly, the Thrustmaster sale is also still on, and there are a couple of really nice things going on to clearance at the moment, like significantly reduced pricing as the newer versions of the products come through. It's basically same but different, but still same for less money, which is kind of nice. This is one of the ones that's going to feature in the top 10 is this HOTAS set. And then similarly, Madcatz has also still got their specials still ongoing. Rat 6 Plus, by the way, from this was a really nice highlight for me. This one in particular was just really nicely spec'd. It's got the right sensor, it's got a 3360 in it, which is pretty damn good. Weight and dimensioning and stuff, it's the best of both worlds. It's plastic and metal construction, so that's definitely the choice from the Rat product. But starting off with the top 10, at number 10, it's a Thrustmaster T16000M. As I said, this is making its way into the top 10. It's just really good bang for buck, this HOTAS kit. It's got a dual throttle by nature of having a throttle on the back of the stick as well as a separate throttle quadrant. So if you're onto Sim, War Thunder, DCS, etc., this is going to be a really good setup for you. Like, it doesn't have rudder pedals. You can add them on as well. So it's going to give you some future upgrading potential. Just look at it. It's just really, really nice. I love the look and feel of these sort of Thrustmaster products. They're just already nice. At number 9, it's a suite of cooling. So I've selected 3 different coolers, all at different price points. This little Antec T120 is just going to be a really nice upgrade if you do have a stock cooler. It's got significantly more surface area, and it takes from ye olde Zellmans with this cone sort of setup. Looked at a couple of reviews. There aren't too many on it, but for the base setup on it, and the price point, it just seems like pretty damn solid at 250 Rand. But if you want something a little bit more extreme or a little bit better, there is the Gamdias, which is $599 as well. This is like a full 120mm tower cooler at a discount. It's like their budget line, but it should be quite similar to the AK400, which I tested. It's just maybe less feature rich. It doesn't have like the quick release systems and stuff, but it's a tower cooler. It's a solid block of aluminium, and so once you buy it, it's probably not going anywhere. You can just replace the fan in the future. But then if you just want something just a little bit better than that, look at the Antec Symphony 240. This right now, price versus performance is extremely good. Comes with a 3-year warranty, 1,400 Rand. It's pretty much the best 240 you can get at the money. After this, you're going to want to look at like a Castle or something I've just reviewed, the LS520 or the Corsairs, the H100 series. Those are your premium 240s, but at the price point of 1,400 Rand, this thing's basically unbeatable. Then at number 8, we've got this Klevv Crash C700. It's an RGB enabled NVMe, so if you want to add some color to proceedings, then this will be right up your avenue. It's just well priced. Like, it's a mid-range Gen 3 sort of speeds. It's just well priced, you know, for a 480 gig NVMe for under $1,000. If you've got a normal 2.5, this will be at least twice, if not 3 times faster than that in most areas. So yeah, it's quite nice, and it looks really nice in the system. Like Klevv, one thing that Klevv really does do is pretty damn good RGB. At number 7, it's a Gamdias 850 Bronze series power supply. So it's going to have a pretty good output, more than 80% tested concurrent sort of connection. This isn't a modular power supply, so it's not going to look the neatest. But at 1,300 Rand for an 850 Bronze, it is pretty damn aggressive. And they throw a 3-year warranty on it as well. At number 6 is Old Faithful Corsair 4000D, the Airflow edition, full mesh front on this, so it makes it quite nice. It is better for a top mount RAD, I have to say, having built in this case before. It is really nice for top mount RAD if that's your intention. The 3 in at the front straight into your GPU is a nicer setup. The back panel on these has been significantly improved, and without a lot of the Corsair attacks normally attached to these sort of things, I believe that it does have 2 included 120mm fans, as it says over there, so it's got a decent base setup. 1,600 Rand seems like a pretty solid option. At number 5, it's the last PSU you'd probably ever need to buy. It's a 1000-watt 80 plus platinum series. So that's what I think it's gold is 92%. So I'm not sure even actually what platinum is, but it's a lot. So basically this is like 1000-watt always sort of thing. It's full modular as well. It's got an intense amount of cabling attached to this. You can put in so many like devices into this. It's kind of crazy. You're looking at this for like maybe if you've got a 3090 sort of build and you just want to buy like the last power supply you'll ever need for a single GPU setup, then this will probably be it. I mean, look how many PCI. It's got 8 PCI Express setup connections. I mean, it's kind of ludicrous. What does this thing weigh? I mean, it's 2.1 kilograms worth of transformer there. So yeah, 10-year local warranty as well. 10 years. Basically guaranteed cost of ownership is 250 Rand a year. Like, it's kind of disgusting. And number 4, we've got Dell's VA curved 24. I'm not so sure about the curve. It is a $1,500, so it's not too extreme, but full periscope neck, very nice to have. I've got the 27-inch version of this, and the stand and everything is well worth it. It can VESA mount though, so you can see the square on the back over there that it can actually VESA mount as well. So if you've got a desk clamp or something like that, you'll be able to use that. 23.6 effective size. It's got 2 HDMI inputs, a display as well, 165 hertz refresh rate. The 1 millisecond is MPRT, and then it's 4 millisecond gray to gray. And I think it should be quite a lot better, I hope, with regard to smearing. It is just something I would just take a little bit of care in. TN and IPS are generally better for pixel response times, but the price here, 3,200 Rand, and it's coming with Dell's premium panel guarantee, etc., 3-year warranty on it. It's very, very aggressively priced. Coming in number 3, it's something I wouldn't normally suggest. It's just the price is kind of disgusting. It's Palit 3060 dual 12 gig. The only reason I wouldn't suggest this normally is because of the 2-year warranty. But at the price point, it suddenly makes like a lot of sense because your guaranteed cost of ownership, which is something I generally will come back to, is very good with this, even with a 2-year warranty. And this is the 12 gig edition. And that's quite important because the 12 gig actually outperforms 2070 Super, and it makes it actually like an upgrade to that even. It's got 2nd gen tensor cores on it as well, so you can do some pretty decent RTX. But if you're into 1080p gaming and you just want a little monster underneath the hood that'll thump anything 1080p and be able to give you some RTX, then this little 3060 will do just that. But if you want to really thump games and punch them in the face, then this RX 6800 16 gig will be the one for you. Just look at the price. It's 12 grand now. This is better than a 3070 Ti on average by about 4 to 5%. So it's a 3070 Ti less 3-4 grand. Comes with a 3-year warranty. I've used these XFX cards. I've even used this 319 edition cooler with a 6600 XT review. And if you have a look at that and you see my results and stuff on Firestruck, you'll notice that it didn't get anywhere near even 70 degrees with absolutely no increased fan curve. These things run super silent really, really well. They are, after all, basically built to spec by AMD through XFX. So very nice and clean, no RGB on it, quite a stealthy card as well. Just the price point, the 3-year warranty and the build quality all just match up. And finally, your deal of the week, it's this B550 Plus upgrade kit, because it's got a 5800X3D, which is literally the best gaming GPU, or CPU at least, across the board right now. Beats 12900 in pretty much everything, and you're getting that for a discount. Not a lot of us are going to need all the multi-threaded performance, but even if you wanted to stream on this, you'll be able to do that, I think, pretty damn comfortably. This thing is an absolute monster. Having tested it, it keeps up with 12 cores. Like, it's kind of nutty. And the single core performance is pretty much the best in market. This motherboard is just good enough to run it at its full potential all the time. It does have an 8+2, so it's just on the cusp of the GPU or the CPU. I found that the CPU went up to about 120 watts worth of usage, so it is just enough. But the rest of the motherboard is really, really nice. It's got an awesome sound card on it. It's got a slot protector for your GPU. It's got PCI Express coolers on them as well. It's got built-in Wi-Fi. the 5800X3D is a monster. I had mine at 4.6 as well was reaching, so that's even the max turbo frequency is even a little bit underquoted, all things considered. It's got PCI Express 4.0, so you could use the latest NVMe's on that B550, and then it's got 16 gigs of 3600 CL18. I did mine with 4000 megahertz CL19, so it should be very comparable. There should be a small performance difference from what you saw, what you'll be able to see in the review. And then to keep it cool is a 240, which is really nicely spec'd, because the AK400 was struggling a little bit. It was getting a little bit too hot while it was running on the tower cooler. So with this, it didn't thermal throttle. It still peaked at, I think, about 74 degrees was its peak, but it was to keep its all-core boost up, it was struggling a little bit, and the race cooler just basically blew the doors off of, and I think thermal throttled into the floor. So yeah, it will be a lot better with this kit. And all of that bundle for 13k, when the processor costs like 8, nearly 9k of that kind of thing, it's a really, really solid bundle. And that is all I have for you in this buyer's guide for this week. We are going to be doing the Deepcore Ali 500 later in this week. I've got some new Corsair mouse on the horizon. I'm busy at the moment with the new HP Victus 16, which I've gotten for review as well, which I'm really excited about. It's super clean, like the build quality and stuff on it. HP's really knocked it out of this out of the park, honestly, with this new line of theirs, and they've made some serious competitors for Dell and Lenovo. So I'm really getting stuck into that product over the weekend, and we should have that out for you late next week. I've also got the Blink 900 from Ceremonic, so lots more to come here on Turbo Tortoise Tech. Until next time, hope you guys stay safe, keep well, and I will see you on the flip side.